Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time I'm going to be feeding a little fella that I put together from buying cells over multiple sales. I finally got enough this week, and this is Mountezuma, and he came with lots of open ruin slots. Wasn't that nice of him? Yes, he's also relaxed sitting in his chair. He does that a lot. Anyway, this is Mountezuma. He is a legendary. He is Earth. He is apparently a dragon. He's just a very lazy one. He's also evil legions. Yes, the things he's done to me in the past have been very, very evil. But he's going to be working for me now. Aren't you, little guy? Yes, he is. So let's find him a home. Oh, you want the good neighborhood. You think a lot of yourself, don't you? Well, we'll see if you can earn that spot. Okay, he was calling on some serious power there. Let's see if he can justify it. Alright, so there he is. Okay, how that chair is walking. Can we just discuss for a moment that chair is walking? I think that's more powerful than Thanos' chair. That chair is walking. Is it sentient? Okay, is there a skill about the walking chair? I hope that's something in the story. His description about the walking chair. Okay, so this is Papa. I might keep that one. That's just bizarre. Whenever they're bizarre, I think about keeping them. All right, let's just go on in. All right, so this is Mountezuma. He is a legendary. He is Earth. He has the mountain attribute, which means, of course, he is immune to all forms of stun and freezing. And let's take a look at his stats. Okay, his strength isn't so bad. His life is a little above normal. His speed is pretty good. So he's kind of like Denialish. Okay, what's he doing there? He's like calling down on somebody to come and help him or something. I don't know. Maybe he's hungry. That's probably it. He's like, I want my food already. You'll get to it in a moment. We'll get around to that. All right, let's check out some skills. Okay, first advice. Deals low physical damage and rock control. Deals moderate earth damage. And whatever he was doing in that special skill, this is Earth God energy. Deals very heavy earth damage to all enemies, may poison all targets, may apply damage reduction to all targets. Okay, well, the poisoning and the damage, damage reduction, it's a nice little throw-in. I don't mind it if it's a nice little throw-in. If it's the only effect, it's kind of lame. But in this case, it kind of works. Mountezuma is a divine leader, the shaman, and the protector of his own reptile empire inside the Aztec civilization. He holds all three roles himself because he considers everyone beneath him, even Kulkan, who he has nothing else than a guard in spite of his proven skills. Okay, so he does have a very good attitude over himself there. He thinks a lot of himself. Well, let's see if the skills are actually going to meet that. By the way, a spoiler alert, they are. I've faced him enough times to know he's a serious pain. All right, well, let's start feeding him because he's like, come on, feed me already. All right, let's do it. All right, first we're going to his first evolution. Yes, he's one of the classic ones. He has 2 evolutions. But he seems a little bit more comfortable. By the way, I do notice that the chair now has toes, so I'm guessing it's still going to be walking. I would really like to know how that happened. But anyway, let's get going with the skills. Let's start at level 7. Toxic Spit. Deals moderate earth damage, 50% chance of poisoning. Okay, he does poison. Alright, let's continue to level 10 for some more skills. Mountezuma Threat. Deals moderate earth damage, activates all cooldowns on enemy skills. Okay, you know what? I might be keeping that one because those are very useful. That's his second skill. And yet there are some creatures who would love to have something like that. Alright, let's continue to level 15. Okay, almost there, 15. Zuma Infection. Deals moderate special damage, may apply damage reduction. Alright, well, it's, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing I said, but, we'll just put it there and, for now, because, I mean, we're not going to keep that, Damage reduction, it's a 0 cooldown. It's a low damage, though, but, we're not going to keep that. Better stuff is coming. All right, so let's see that better stuff. Maybe it's at 20. Slime Storm. Deals moderate earth damage to all enemies. May apply damage reduction to all targets. That's 0 cooldown. All right. I don't think I'm going to be keeping that. We'll throw that right up there, though. When I saw slime, I was kind of hoping for, like, poisoning, which I do know he has, though. All right, so let's continue to level 25 in his final form. Toxic Disease. Deals moderate earth damage, may poison target, may possess target. Ooh, I would call that an upgrade. Yes, I would. Okay, and there he is. And those are definitely toes. Is that thing going to be walking around? Okay, it seems to be moving independent of him. I would really like someone to explain the chair. Does it have stats of its own? All right, let's go. To level 30, more skills. Fatigue hit. May poison target, gain 1 extra turn. Ooh. Probably, I don't know about that's interesting. Because the extra turn things are usually good because they reduce the cooldown on everything else you have. So I'm just going to put that there for now, but that's definitely something worth considering. I mean, the poisoning is good. The fact that it gives him an extra turn is also very good too, though. All right, so let's continue to level 35. Acid Slime Rain deals heavy earth damage to all enemies, may poison all targets. Yeah, obviously. The irony is that I actually know there's something worse coming. Oh, wow. And as soon as I put that one down, I'm like, I have to get rid of that. But I think for the moment, I'm going to do that. Yeah, because I know there's something coming for that first spot. I do. I really do. All right, so level 35. Let's keep going. You figure there's at least 2 left, and I know what one of them is. Mountezuma Revenge. Activates all cooldowns on enemies' skills. Activates all cooldowns on its own skills. I'm looking at the wording here. Does this mean it's going to mess up his own skills? That's a little bit on the interesting side. I'm not quite sure what to think about that one. All right, I'm going to put this one up here for now. Obviously, I'm taking it. All right, let's continue. We might get one more. We'll have to see about that. Fatigue hit. Oh, it's that one again. I don't know what to do about this. Okay, so we have this one down here, which activates cooldowns on one enemy, right? This one here, it would be useless unless it actually set his own cooldowns. And you know what? Here's the thing about this. Look at the way it's worded. Activates all cooldowns, not on the singular enemy's skills. It's the plural enemies' skills, which is kind of what I thought it was, but it says one enemy. So I'm a little confused by that. All right, let's think about this. I'm not losing that one. That's a possession. I'm not going to lose that one. That's heavy earth damage, even though it doesn't really appear to be in the gauge, and then it poisons everyone, and it's a 2-round cooldown. Well, here's the thing. This is a 3-round cooldown. That's a 2-round cooldown. That's a 2-round cooldown. That's a 3-round cooldown. This one with the... I don't know about this. This is really... I mean, that one poisons and does possession. Pretty darn powerful. It's also pretty good damage, too. Even though, let's face it, we're not going to put damage on him. Do I need to keep this one? This is the question. Do I need to keep this one? If this one is doing the whole group, do I need this one? Here's what I'm going to do. For now, I'm going to take the one with the extra turn in it. That's what I'm going to do for now. All right, it depends. I need to test with that skill. All right, so let's continue. I'm pretty sure we're done. Actually, in a way, I hope we are done because I don't want any more skills. Oh, my goodness. Elder Curse. Deals heavy special damage, may possess target. I would have to swap it with this one. All right, I'm not losing that one, right? Because that's heavy damage and poison to everybody, right? I'm not losing that one, potentially resetting the cooldowns of all the enemies. I'm not sure what it's doing to himself. He might be doing it to himself as well. In other words, that's the cost of it. If it is, it's a scorched earth situation, right? And then there's this one over here. 2 possessions. I mean, I like this one, Toxic Disease, better than Elder Curse. Because, 1, I can use it more often, and 2, it also poisons. This one does do more damage. All right, I'm going to put that one there. It's a second possession. You know, it's a second possession. All right, and I really do believe that that's it. So let's just grab the extra levels. Slime Storm. Yeah, he's got better. And finally, Slime Storm. That's probably the only good one we have that hasn't been taken. Right, Slime Storm. And then that one, which is very interesting, you know, very, very interesting. That one there, you know, if that was a poison one, it'd be really hard to say no to. But I mean, we already have one, right? All right. I mean, that's a good skill. It's just that his skills, I mean, I'm leaving this one behind at the moment, which is weird, right? Because what does it do for everything else he has, right? All right, so let's step on back here. Let's take a look at the stats. Okay, his strength is kind of middling. His life is above normal. Speed's okay. You could get him up to denial speed if you wanted to, which is probably what I would want to do. Yeah, that's probably what I want to do. You know, he opens up a new door in terms of Earth, and I believe dragons. I can't think of any dragons who actually do the activating of cooldowns. And also, he's got currently he's got a couple of possessions. As a matter of fact, why don't we just look at the skills, right? We look at the skills. All right, we got this one in the beginning. I'm a little confused about this one. Mountezuma's Revenge. Now, I've actually seen this one work on my team, so this is what I believe it does. It activates all cooldowns on enemies, on all enemies. Now, I don't know about this second part. Activates cooldowns on its own skills. Is he going to do the same thing to himself that he just did to the other team? In which case, it's really scorched earth. You know, it's a pretty high cost to play, especially considering 2-round cooldown, 2-round cooldown, 3-round cooldown. It would kind of mandate you taking a 0 cooldown. Otherwise, what's he going to do with that? I'm going to have to test with that. It says 1 enemy, but there's no way that this is 1 enemy. I've had it used on my guys. There's no way it's 1 enemy. All right, and then we have this one. Acid Slime Rain. Deals heavy earth damage to all enemies. May apply poison to all targets. That's also a 2-round cooldown. This was a 3-round cooldown. This is a 2-round cooldown. A little heavy on the stamina, but it does do a lot. Now, the gauge is not showing heavy earth damage. It's showing high moderate. But I guess the gauge is usually the one that's wrong. Once again, it's something we're going to have to test with, right? But this is a really good skill. This is good damage, earth damage, and it's going to do poison. Especially if you've reset their cooldowns and they're still like charging their skills because there's nothing they can do about it. It's a great comeback. All right, and then we got this one here. Toxic Disease. Deals moderate earth damage, may poison target, may possess target. Now, you could argue that you don't need the poisoning anymore. You don't need the poisoning of this one anymore because you've already poisoned them. It is a possession, though, so that's something to take into account, right? I mean, it's a moderate earth damage hit, and it's also possession. The reason I say that is because of this one. Elder Curse. Now, this is a very useful skill for 2 reasons. One, it deals heavy special damage. This is his only special damage hit. And it's heavy special damage. And it's legitimately heavy special damage because it's over the line there. It's also another possession skill. It does have a higher cooldown to it, but it is another possession skill. Now, there's an argument that I could probably lose this one since they're probably already poisoned, and give the extra turn one. If I give the extra turn skill in there, then that means I'm reducing the cooldown of this one, I'm reducing the cooldown of this one, and possibly the cooldown of this one as well. So, I mean, do I need this one? If I'm doing all of that, do I need another possession? I might go that way. I'm going to think about it, and maybe before I actually start testing him, I might take out Toxic Disease and put the other skill back. The other skill I'm talking about is this one here, Fatigue Hit. May poison target, gains 1 extra turn. The thing about gaining an extra turn, of course, as I said, is it reduces the cooldowns of everything. You could set up a really nice rotation with things, assuming that this one does not set his cooldowns. I am really going to have to test with that. We're going to have to see what's going on and see it in testing. This is something I really need to see in order to understand what's going on. And of course, I believe he's going to be in the next testing video, so that's a big thing. All right, and you know, I don't know about keeping both of these. Like I said, I'm really considering putting in the extra turn one for this. So anyway, this is Mountezuma, or Papa. And he's actually really, really good. So I've been looking forward to getting him, and now I do. Of course, he's truly powerful if you can rank him up and get that speed going and get that strength going. You see, if you look at his skills, he could really be a good damage dealer. The thing about it is that you probably just want him going faster. Although we'll have to see. Like I said, I'm going to have to test with him to see really what I want to do with him. But generally speaking, you probably want him going faster. In terms of ruins, kind of like what I was just saying, you probably want him going as fast as you can, probably denial speed, although I could, based on his skills, understand why you'd want him to do damage. You might want him in the middle doing damage and then doing other things. I gotta tell you, it really depends on that skill. It really does depend on that skill. If it's gonna set his own cooldowns, I don't know if I want to lead with that one anymore. We're gonna have to see. I guess I'll have a better idea when I start testing with him. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.